Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be doing the Book Lovers Survival tag. So this tag is one of those sponsored publisher tags, but I'm not sponsored, so I'm not going to be talking about the book that it's about originally. I'm just going to go ahead with the one freaking question, and that is, what books would you take on a deserted island? And you can choose like 5 to 8 books. So what would I choose? Do you want to know? Well, we getting into this. This was so hard. I basically chose like a bunch of my favorite books that I just feel like I couldn't live without. The first book that I could not live without is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Love this book so much. It's one of the best books I've ever read. The third book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's all I can say. It's the most I've ever cried in a book. It gave me so many feelings that I did not know how to like understand or compute continuing life after I read it. I've never read it twice. I read the first book, Clockwork Angel, twice. I want to reread it again. Never read this one again, but I freaking loved it. This is Clockwork Prince, the second book, but this one's my favorite from the trilogy and the most wanted to reread. So I feel like I can't live without this one. This one's just like so good, but these are good too. I just can't explain. It's the most beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and I could not live without the Infernal Devices in my life in some way. So this book is the one I would take from the series. I'll miss you guys. Also guys, look at my copy of Clockwork Prince. It is in perfect condition. I read this book, but it looks like it just came out of a bookstore. It looks perfect. Nothing at all is bent. And I'm so worried when I reread it, I'm gonna like ruin this. I don't know how it's perfect right now, but it just is. So as soon as I reread it, it's going to be ruined. So another reason why I'm choosing Clockwork Princess. The next book I'd have to take is Catching Fire by Susan Collins, the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy. This book means so much to me. It's the introduction to one of my favorite characters of all time, Finnick Odair. Love the guy so much. He was my first fictional boyfriend, and I don't even think he's fictional. He's alive. Just kidding. I just love this book so much. I want to reread it. I've only read it once. Being deserted on an island would be the perfect time to reread it. I love it. I miss the Hunger Games. The craze has gone down. The hype is gone because it's over, it feels. When is Suzanne Collins gonna write something else? Does anyone else know? Because she just dropped off the face of the earth and never seems to want to write anything else. And I'm not shaming her, but I'm just like, please give me something. She's never at book signings. She never does events. So where is she? Where does she live? Where does it tell me? Where does she live? It doesn't tell me. Freaking, she's a mystery. The next book I would take is a recent read, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. My favorite Harry Potter book in the series, so I just feel like I have to take a Harry Potter book, and if I would, this one would be the one. The battle happens in here, just so much happens in here, and I love it dearly, and I just would immediately reread this if I didn't feel insane. But if I was deserted on an island, it's okay. I can just reread this immediately. It's all good. There's some people that say I don't actually love Harry Potter because it took me so long to complete it, but I just don't get it. Like, I can love Harry Potter just as much as you, even though you read it before me. The next book I would take is my favorite book from the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. It is such an adventure. It's so fun. This book has so many like twists and turns. It's just really fun to read. It's been a while since I read it. I would love to reread it to remember things because I just can't remember some things. I'd love to re-experience what is going on in here. Percy Jackson is just so fun. He's a cute little dude, so why not take this with me? The next book is from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I was struggling to figure out which book I would take with me, but I finally chose Queen of Shadows, obviously by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 4th book in the series. I used to say this is my favorite book of all time. I don't know if it is anymore. I don't know, because it's been a while. I don't entirely like remember everything, and back then I wasn't the most critical reader. I'm still not. I love everything. Why do I love everything? But when I read this, I just was so happy. I thought it was so fun. Everything that I've been waiting for years finally happened in this book. I know a lot of people hate this book, but there's a lot of people that love it too. I'm one of the lovers. I love this book. One, it's huge. It just has so much jam-packed into it. So much forgot I had this signed. Oh my god. So much adventure. I just love adventure. This has adventure, romances. Love to bring it on a deserted island. And since I love Sarah J. Maas so much, I have to bring another one of her books. A Court of Mist and Fury, because it's so good. This is the second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. It's my favorite one in the trilogy. It's just so good. These are all of my favorite parts. It's such a fantastic book, and I want to reread it so bad because it just gave me so many feelings when I read it for the first time. Resand though, you know, like Resand. This is when I fell for Resand, and I would love to reread why I did, because when I read Akawar, or Court of Wings and Ruin, the third book, it's been so long that I just didn't fully remember how much I loved him, and this holds the entire reason why. I need this book forever. The next book I would take with me, I just had to. I feel like I would not be complete without taking a Mortal Instruments book. That one is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. The final book in the Mortal Instruments series, and the sixth one. I just love this book. I'm pretty sure it was my favorite one in the series. It was just so epic. Everything came to a close, and it was just so awesome. If you read it, you know. So many things happened that you just wanted to happen. So many things you wanted to know or see happened, and I just want to re-experience this, because I guess this whole trip to the deserted island is me rereading favorites, because I just need my favorites. I need them. Who knows how long I'm going to be on this deserted island. If I'm there forever, I'd want the favorites, you know? Shadowhunters are just freaking awesome. I'm just like petting and hugging my books so much because I love them, okay? The final book that I have on my list is Matilda by Roald Dahl, and you're probably wondering why? Why? Well, I loved this book when I was growing up. You can tell it's freaking old because it's like yellowish orangey. It is about a girl who reads and gains superpowers from reading. That is what I want in my life. Seriously, give that to me. And when I read this book, I was just so inspired to read. I just wanted to read all the time. I like got halfway through rereading it. And look at my cute little bookmark that I made. I'm an origami master, if you ask me. And there's illustrations throughout the book. I don't know why I didn't finish rereading it. There is such good storytelling. I just love this little story. It's just one of my favorites. I used to read Roald Dahl all the time. Always thought his name was Ronald Dahl, by the way. And then I realized there was not an N there. So confusing. It's just one of those books I'd like to revisit again because it just inspired me so much. It's just a book I feel like I should always have with me, even if I'm not reading it, because I can just look at it and feel happiness. So that is my books I would take with me on my deserted island. Hopefully I would one day get off the deserted island, because that would suck. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to do this tag, you can. I'm not going to tag anyone because I don't know who wants to do it. Like this video, comment down below. Have a good day, and goodbye.